Good morning friends, today is 6th of October 2025 and the technical outlook for Nifty and Bank Nifty for short-term time frame as along with other sector and indices outlook are as follows. Nifty futures last week ended at 25,006 levels. After consecutive 8 negative trading sessions, Nifty 50 futures managed to bounce back sharply from the lows of 24,580 to end last week at 25,000 plus levels with a gain of 1.28%. Broadly, we see that the index in last 5 months has been within a consolidation zone within a broad range between 24,300 25,600 zone levels. That is, since May 2025, index is in a consolidation of 1,300 points. And going forward for this week and short-term time frame, as per the price study and wave counts, the index can consolidate with a range within a range of 24,400 and 25,200 with a positive outlook. The index need to give a breakout of this range in order to attract fresh buying and selling interest. For this week, initially dips can be looked for buying with a immediate support at around 24,500 and major 24,250 levels, keeping stop below 24,200 or 24,000 mark as per the risk appetite, while the potential targets on the higher end can be 25,150 followed by 25,350. These are important levels for this week which need to be taken off in order to attract fresh buying interest as well as short covering, else the index will remain within a range of this 24,500 and 25,200 levels. Weekly expiry derivatives data for Nifty, that is 7th of October expiry, indicates maximum PE buildup at around 24,000 strike and 24,800 strike, while the maximum call buildup is at around 26,000 and 25,000 strikes. This indicates a range to positive outlook over and above 24,700 strike with a silver line resistance tug of war at around 25,000 mark. Now if we talk about Bank Nifty futures, which ended last week at 55,589 levels, it ended on a strong note, up 2.21% with buy on dip outlook on a short term time frame basis. Dips towards 55,000 and lower 54,600 levels can attract buying, keeping a stop below 54,500 on closing basis, while on the higher note 56,250 followed by extended 57,000 levels can be looked as a potential target come major hurdle for this week. Monthly derivative data of Bank Nifty indicates 57,000 strike as immediate stiff hurdle, since the maximum call buildup is at around those levels with the high volumes, while on the lower end 55,000 remains a strong support as per the OI data. So broad range for Bank Nifty as per the derivatives data for this week can be potentially 55,000 and 57,000 levels, that is range to positive outlook. If we talk about other indices, like if we talk about Nifty 500 index, which ended last week at 23,027 levels, it holds range to positive outlook over and above 22,700 with the immediate resistance at 23,500 levels. Nifty mid cap index, it also continues to hold a broad range with a positive outlook over and above 55,600 with a resistance at around 59,200 mark. Nifty small cap and index, which ended last week at 17,870 levels, it also holds a tug of war level at around 18,000 mark. Nifty small cap need to sustain above 18,000 mark in order to attract buying interest, else it remains under a pressure. Same is the case with Nifty IT index, which ended last week at 33,950 levels. It need to sustain above 33,500 mark in order to attract some buying interest for the higher levels of 35,750 36,000 mark. Overall, the index remains under pressure, trading below 36,000 levels. Nifty FMCG index, which ended last week at 55,170 levels, it also holds range to positive over and above 54,000 mark with a resistance zone between 56,750 57,000 levels. Nifty Pharma index, which ended last week at 21,756 levels, can be treated under pressure below 22,000 mark with a support at around 20,600. So we need to be selective in Nifty Pharma counters at these levels. Till the time it is trading below 22,000 mark, it remains under pressure. Nifty PSU Banks index, which ended last week at 75,83 levels, it holds buy on dip outlook over and above 7,200 7,000 zone with a potential target come resistance zone between 8,000 8,200 levels. Nifty Auto Index, which ended last week at 26,753 levels, upside remains capped with a strong midterm resistance between 27,750 28,000 zone, which we have mentioned last week also. On the lower end, 25,200, 25,000 remains very strong support. So dips will be looked for buying. At these levels, the risk reward ratio is not favorable. One need to be light with the positions. Nifty Metal Index, which ended last week at 10,277 levels, holds buy on dip outlook above 98,750 levels with a potential target at 10,550 and major 11,200 mark. So overall, this is a broader outlook for this week, where we can get a mixed outlook with few of the sectors, but broadly Nifty and Bank Nifty holds range to up outlook. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.